And good evening from the Panther Den in East Moline in the Quad Cities. This is Quincy High Blue Devil basketball, Western Big Six style. And hi, and good evening. I'm Jeff Wellman as we get ready for the matchup tonight between the Blue Devils coming in at 7-0, 3 in the conference, and East Moline 7-1, 3-0 in the conference. Right now the Blue Devils are averaging 73.6 a game, giving up just shy of 41 points a game. On the other side, the Panthers averaging almost 61 and giving up only 36 points. We've had some great record-setting stuff we'll talk about in the pregame, but first of all, let's back up to last year on December 15th at the Panther Den. Quincy High would take a 16-13 lead after one, 23-23 at half. Devils up 4 after the third and would win by 16. Thomas had 19 in that game. Camden Brown had 9, and Dom Clay had 8. Josiah Massey had 11. He's back. Dominic Roden, he had 10. He is not back. Then at Blue Devil Gymnasium on February 2nd, we missed it. We were across town at the shootout there. It was 65-32. Devils took care of their business right there. So the Devils come in with the last conference game before the holidays, then the last one before the crosstown rivalry. And up here, Coach Pettit. And, Coach, this should be a good one because UT is that team outside of Moline and Rocky that has been untested so far.
Well, Big Six, this year we have the haves and the have-nots. And when you go on the road and get a win against a have, because Panthers coming in, 3-0 in the conference. Blue Devils also 3-0 in the conference. The only other one that can say that is Rocky after their win against Moline. This is a big game tonight. Blue Devils going to have to come out, stay focused, and do what they do, and hopefully we'll come out ahead of this game.
Sounds like a winner. It's the pregame show, and when we come back, we'll hear from Andy Douglas. His coach's comments brought to you by the QHS Auto Group, Faith, Family, and Giving Back. We've got the Blue Devils and the Panthers right here from the Panther Den on mechasportsco.com.
For many, your home and auto are two of the biggest investments you'll make. With well-planned coverage from Pekin Insurance, you can rest easy. At Freiberg Insurance in Quincy, they're ready to talk with you about covering the things you care about most: your home, your car, and your family. At Freiberg Insurance, they'll be glad to review your insurance needs and put together a policy that fits you and your budget. Call 217-224-7774 and rest easy knowing you're covered by Pekin Insurance.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
And welcome back to the pregame show. And right now it's the coach's comments powered by QHS Auto Group. That's Faith, Family, and Giving Back. And now with me, head coach of the Blue Devils, Andy Douglas. Coach, we're on our last trip, our last conference game before the holidays, before we take on the crosstown rivalry here. And UT this year, other than the renovations in the gym, which is new, they got a newer lineup, and they're not too bad of a team so far this year.
No, they're playing well. They're playing well right now. Guys are contributing. A couple guys, 2-3 guys averaging 19, 12, 11 points. So, dangerous set. A couple guys from last year that veteran guys for them. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough one tonight.
Well, that's always kind of scary, too, when you're looking from one year to the other and you're not familiar with some of the guys. And I know they're sophomore squad. We were talking beforehand to one of the guys who said they're really good. And obviously they're putting up a pretty good game here, too, against us.
Yeah, they are. It's going to be a good one tonight. We hope it will be. Playing at UT is always somewhat of a difficult, process. And our guys have had a really good week of practice, so looking forward to it.
The Panther Den. Now, a different look this year, some renovations. What do you notice first when you come in here with the renovations?
Great court. I mean, the new floor looks great. Ready to put our stamp on it.
And they still bring the Panther out, I'm sure, before.
I'm guessing they do.
A lot of orange, as there always is. I think they put more orange in this one this year, too. So how's everybody feeling, and how were the practices?
Good. Practice. This has been a really good week of practice. We've had 4 days to get ready, prepared, and a lot of film study. So guys are really doing well in practice. They're bringing it every day, trying to work on the little things that make us a solid team, and look forward to putting that on display tonight.
All right, we'll catch you after the ball game. Good luck tonight, Coach.
Sounds good. Appreciate it.
And we'll turn it over to AC/DC out here, and also back for more of the pregame show right here on megasportsco.com.
Bet you outdrive you this hole.
If you outdrive me, I'll take $10,000 off every car sold at Kunis Quincy this month.
Daddy needs a new ride.
Back at the Panther Den in the pregame show, Jeff Wellman and Dave Pettit. You heard from Coach there and talking about the upcoming night tonight and what the unsureness of the UT team. They've got Octavius inside, the big guy. And we mentioned earlier Massey was one of the key players last year, but they're getting some scorers early in the season, Coach.
Well, yeah, and a successful team will have 2 to 3 options, every night to go at. I look at, the East Moline team and, their only loss this year is to a very good Metamora team that I believe is ranked in 3A, and that was a 45-40 game. So this is going to be a team. I think they're going to want to slow it down a little bit. Blue Devils want to play in that, 75 to 80-point range. I think this UT team would like to keep it about 60, 65 maybe and go from there. So Blue Devils with the pressure on the defensive end, to get those easy baskets going the other way, it's going to be of the utmost importance tonight.
And I think, Coach, you pulled up a headline up here in the Quad Cities that talked about the defense of UT to let's see how good they are as they take on Quincy.
Yeah, and like I say, Quincy, they're a high-powered offense, but, if you look at the Blue Devils and their success this year, it's been on the defensive end, getting the deflections, getting the steals, and going to the other end for the easy baskets.
Should be one. The sophomore game was over, of course, and then that one, UT sophomores, it was a close game at halftime. They pulled away. UT 54, Quincy High 34, and earlier at 4:30, the Quincy High girls played at Rumble on the River, and they beat Herman 63-53. Longhorn Brown, that's Miley Longhorn the second, ML the second, and Jada Brown each had 14. Longhorn got the MVP of the tournament, or the game, I should say, and Hamby, she ended up with 12. 4 threes for Longhorn, 3 more for Hamby, and on the season, the Lady Devils in 11 games have 62 threes, so coming close to a clip of 6 a ball game, which is really nice out there. And they had a good game. Tomorrow, it'll be at 4:30. Oh, check that, 3:30. They will be taking on Herman, I believe, tomorrow. Or no, Herman was today. Boonville is tomorrow at 3:30 at the Rumble on the River. And we just found out we're going to go there.
Yep, you got to go watch. We're going to do the QND girls
at 12:30.
At 12:30, and then the Quincy High girls at 3:30, and then we'll be over for the, ND QHS game, at Blue Devil Gymnasium.
Well, we weren't sure if we could pull all that off, and we're sitting there looking. We got 4 days off afterwards, so we'll worry about that after that. Too much good basketball out there. Oh, by the way, we need to give a shout out here that said we're sounding and looking good. Keith Douglas. Slick, shout out to you. And by the way, we've been talking about the guys that, our scorers in BL3 and Keyshawn Thomas have done as they moved up the ranks and also on rebounding. Let me pull my page up here. And right now on points, all right, Keith was at 14.25. Bruce Brothers was at 14.64. BL3 has passed both of them. He's at 14.85 in 9th place. He'll score 3 points tonight. He'll pass Jeremiah Talton. And then Bear, Dennis Douglas, he's coming to you next. You got 15-24. So if he would have a 39-point night tonight, and hey, I'm not going to put it past him, by the way, he'll be there. Now, Keyshawn, he's at 10.66 in points in the career. He makes his first basket. He will pass. This guy was a stud, Billy Gay. And Billy, there's a guy, I'd like to see the matchup of Billy Gay and Keyshawn today even. And Billy can, I think he, muscle-wise, he might get worn out a little bit, but I think he could go at it then. And then on rebounds, Michael Payne, you're at 7.25, and Thomas is at 7.18. He'll tie with 7 rebounds. He will go ahead as the all-time leader with 8 rebounds tonight. Pretty special stuff. And one other note, BL3 last game, He now has 199 threes. He passed Jaden Smith. And talking to Coach, I forgot that Jeremiah Talton passed him, and so he needs about 30 more. I asked the question to BL3, now how close are you going to get to his career offensive charges? And he just smiled and laughed because Jeremiah took a ton, and that's why an offensive charge is called the Jeremiah the last few years because of his defensive play.
Well, yeah, and Jeremiah was a great player, and the thing is they kind of intertwine. Jeremiah was the senior on that team, and you had this freshman group, coming up and coming through, the program at the time, and Jeremiah kind of had a little bit of say in how these kids played, and how they're playing right now.
Indeed, and of course we always talk about it was here that Jeremiah at the end of the season, his junior year, got hurt. Lost 8 games there, and you always wonder, plus the pandemic was also in his time. You had those games, but we can do that with a lot of people out there. So, Hey, we'll talk about the Western Big Six standings. Hey, we might actually catch up with what is Ralph Wires, Camden Brown, Jeremiah Talton, and Isaiah Talton doing these days. It's the pregame show from the Panther Den. It's Wellman and Pettit on mechasportsco.com.
If you're a business owner, a lot of things keep you awake at night. Your insurance shouldn't be one of them. With well-planned coverage from Pekin Insurance, you can rest easy. Call Freiberg Insurance in Quincy for a quick insurance review. They'll make sure your business coverage is up to date and thorough. Freiberg Insurance will work with you to put together a policy that fits your business and your budget. Call 217-224-7774 and rest easy knowing you're covered by Pekin Insurance.
And we're back at the Panther Den getting ready for tonight's matchups here. It's been fun, Coach. First of all, those guys that we just mentioned there, Ralph Wires is having a good year. At the time I took the stats, he was started all 13 games for Carl Sandburg. He's averaging 6.1 a game, 3.4 rebounds. He came down and beat John Wood. I was out of town that day, otherwise I'd have went. Camden Brown is redshirting at Frank Phillips, but he has been to the last couple games. We've seen him following his sister Jada. Jeremiah Talton, on the Lindenwood roster, has not played a game yet. My personal thought is he done there, and will we see him at Quincy University? Not bad there. And then Isaiah is playing a little bit over there at John Wood and getting an opportunity to play, so we wish the best for them. As we've had all these records being popped out there and been talked about, you're talking about the 81 team, and Monty Krogman tried to bait me. He wasn't trying to bait me, but asked me who would win, the 81 team or today. I gave a pretty good answer on that one. Please check on Facebook there because I can't repeat it because I can't remember it. But one thing, Kevin DeForest, I don't know if anybody remembers him. He was the Sheridan swim coach for years. He was 6'6", at least 6'6", and a great swimmer out of St. Louis, University of Missouri too. In fact, he went in the Hall of Fame, the first swimmer that went in the Hall of Fame. But while he was in Quincy, he played basketball with McGaffey, Jody Shoup, Henry Riedel, Doug Jenkins. We had like 6 guys, 6'6" or better, Mark Goodwin, and it was a blast. But Kevin chimed in, and Kevin said, it might not be a bad game because the guys that are from the 81 class are in their 60s now.
Well, it would be a different kind of game. We would have to see how this newer version, of the Blue Devils would handle the press, because when you put 6'11" at the point on the passer and then one pass in, then it's a trap with, 6'11" and 6'5", 6'11" and 6'1".
Yep.
And then you had a 6'3" MVP of the Big Ten, in the middle, intercepted passes. It all depends on how they would handle that pressure.
Indeed. Hey, before we get to the starting lineups, we'll go to the national anthem. We'll be back with the starting lineups.
From competitive youth sports to high school and college athletes to fitness enthusiasts, sports injuries can easily put you on the sidelines. Our orthopedic surgeons and sports medicine physicians are here to diagnose and treat your sports injuries should they arise. Every step of your journey matters to us, and when life throws you a curveball, trust Blessing Health's orthopedics and sports medicine team to get you back in the game. At Blessing Health, we've got you covered from head to toe.
And there was our national anthem as we get ready for the starting lineups. Of course, they are brought to you by Blessing Health, Blessing Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine. We've got you covered from head to toe. Checking out the lineups first for the Devils, as they are the visiting team. They'll be wearing their road blue, trimmed in white. Camden Wires wears number 5. All seniors, as we've mentioned, all throughout the season. BL3, that's Bradley Longcore III. Dom Clay wears number 14. Bradley wears number 12. Mark Louthan, number 20. And rounding out the starting lineup, the big man inside, Keyshawn Thomas, wearing number 42. And the Devils are coached by Mr. Andy Douglas, assisted by Bruce Bonas, Ryan Brown, and Jeff Obert. And I was ready for it. The lights are on. The lights are flashing as you see it in here. That's a new twist, having them all around here with this, as you hear the Panther call as well. And, of course, I've been fortunate enough to cover this. You were fortunate enough to play in this matchup and to come up here. What was the matchup like in the late 70s playing UT?
Well, that was our game where we won the championship, for the Big Six. We came up here on the road, and I think we were tied or, right there. We come up here and, there was probably 8 seconds left in the game. We had the ball in the front court, over the half-court line. And, Leggett says, okay, get it in and, let's run some. So they threw the ball in the front court to the back court to me, and I dribbled real hard to the basket. They froze. They didn't know what, and I stood underneath the basket, dribbled the ball until they fouled me with like 0.7 seconds left. Went down, made a couple of free throws. We ended up winning by 3.
There you go, Coach.
But it was, it was a raucous crowd. Let's face it, when Quincy High goes on the road, they don't like us. they don't like us. No ifs, ands, or same way with Notre Dame. When you guys went on the road, you guys had a target on the middle of your back every time out. So you got to come on the road, especially in the Big Six, and be ready to play.
UT coming out. Their lineup, of course, they're in a home white trimmed in orange and black. Number 1, Tyler Horvath. He's a junior. Connor Postelnick, he's number 3. He is the AD's son and a senior, only senior on the team. He will graduate. Mark will step down after 35 years in education this year, the athletic director. Josiah Massey, he wears number 11. He's a junior. Tucker Speckman, number 23. That's who we weren't sure about. We'll double check, a junior. And Octavius Hickman, the big man inside, he is a junior. Andy Say, the head coach, Toby Whiteman and Kyle Ellison, as well as Jesse DeSalva and company. And they added a couple more in there. And we're ready for play, Coach. And it should be a good one here. Longcore averaging almost 20 points a game. Keyshawn's up, I think, in the mid-teens. I got to double-check my stat sheet.
16-6, but Keyshawn 12.1 rebounds per game, so he's averaging a double-double.
Gotta love it. He's put it together, man. You remember that freshman year he talked about trying to emulate and be like the number 42, and that was Michael Payne. And we got a foul on the opening tip in the backcourt. The tip was won by UT. I keep forgetting up here, they don't have the lights on around the outsides. Keyshawn, first one will go against Cameron Wires against the Devils.
A little bit over-aggressive on the first play, but you want to see how they're going to call it, and then you play accordingly.
In the half-court set, double high, post. Ball passed over to the side. That's Massey. Coming over to the left side, Postelnick. They go inside of the big guy, and he's got some weight on him and some muscle. Short hook come up, no good. Keyshawn with a little bump and a first rebound.
Well, Keyshawn walled up down there, and, he put his shoulder down, and he wasn't going anywhere.
On the far end, popping up, top of the key is Dom Clay. Pulls up, 16-footer, no good. Weak side rebound, UT.
Nice box outs by UT on that.
I do like that the court's all lit and everything behind us is not lit, but when you need some light here to see what we're doing, we're all good though, folks. In the set, around to the left corner, that's Speckman. Man-to-man. Octavius gets it inside. Short, no good. Tipped away. Keyshawn doesn't get the rebound. Dom does. Clay in transition. Cameron Wires gets it. Fires a 3. No good. Speckman the rebound for UT.
I think that's going to be an advantage we're going to have because Keyshawn runs the floor a little bit better than the UT big.
Left wing, and it's the AD's son, Connor Postelnick. He hits the first basket of the game, and it's a three-pointer. UT up. Minute and a half into this one. Right side, Dom Clay. Three from Clay off the right side.
Once again, working inside out, off the pick and screen, then kicking it out for the, he stepped into the wide open look.
And that's brought to you by Woodmart Building Center, 12th and Seminary Road. Devils, I think so far in the season, had like 55 threes. Ladies are up to 62 in the half-court set, just off the high post. Octavius Hickman. Hickman shoved the butt out there a little bit when he came by. Boy, that name Hickman, we're usually kind of scared about that around Quincy High basketball, aren't we? But that's usually Galesburg, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Hickman, a first foul for East Moline. Both tied up. Game's tied up, 3-3. And we've got sixes on the board. 6:06 left in the first quarter. In the half-court set, Thomas steps out, short corner. Back out to Louthan, high-arching three. Good! Louthan hits the three from outside. He had one last game. And back to Woodmart Building Center, woodmartbuildingcenter.com.
Well, and once again, we fed it inside to Keyshawn, kicked it out, stepped into it, wide open look. Good shot by
Hickman went out, and this big kid, number 44, comes in, Joseph Morrill. He got some height out there.
Hey, what about 6'8", 6'9"?
Oh, yeah, look at Louthan on him. He's got a few inches. Good defense on the side. Louthan and Wires both there. And that was good help by Dom. Dom helped on the big man, and then Louthan tried to come out and help, but Postelnick hits another three. And we're tied at 6.
See what Keyshawn does here. Got two on you. Pass it out.
And we got a foul down low on the double team. Morrill was down there. I believe Massey also was down there. Morrill's going to get called for his first, so both the big men each have a foul for the Panthers.
They're probably going to need all 10 against Keyshawn
I would
tonight.
say so. Box out of bounds play from the Devils. BL3 to trigger it in. Comes around the perimeter, back to the top of the key. That's Dom Clay. BL3 spins on the right side, through the legs. Oh, and a great move. Teardrop, no good. Sweet move on that. And a good big rebound there from Morrill from the Panthers.
Kind of got pushed a little bit on the hip there, I thought.
And it went a little to the left, too.
Oh.
No call BL3. He didn't kind of reached and tipped away. He's kind of looking. So now you know where you're at on what you can and can't do. 2 fouls each.
Well, we'll see if they're consistent the rest of the game.
Hickman, he'll come back in the ball game for UT. Checking out will be Morrill. Speckman also gets a break. In the ball game will be Jordan Massey, the sophomore brother of Josiah. Tuck that shirt in, they said to Mr. Hickman. Short guards now. And Octavius Hickman. Hickman at the high post. Spin move in. Had to put the dribble down low and couldn't get it back up. Horvath somehow gets away with it. UT, good help there. Louthan gets the block shot. Better hustle there by Horvath. As the Devils had it, it went to the sideline. Horvath dove for it, saved it, but he was out of bounds.
Well, that was one thing that I've always said, to my teams. You got to win the 50-50 battles. East Moline won that 50-50 battle right there.
Luckily, it was out of bounds. It will go to the Devils. 4.5 left in the first quarter. Keyshawn, left side from 3, no good. Rebounded UT. We haven't had an offensive board on the end. In transition, Postolnik misses. Long rebound to the weak side. Dom Clay with it. He's bumping all the way down court with Jordan Massey. And Clay lost the ball. Picking that ball up will be Horvath for East Moline.
Once again, on the fast breaks, off of the rebounds, let's get the ball in the middle so you got both ends to go. Don't go down one side.
Flair and share. I think we were talking about Coach Hoyt a couple years ago. I like that. Left side, Postolnik in the high post. Hickman tries a spin move. It's tipped away by Louthan, and here comes Keyshawn. Keyshawn going to the basket. Keyshawn up, under, to the basket, count it. And he's going to have an and one. Keyshawn was not going to be stopped on that one.
Well, good steal down here on the defensive end and led to an easy basket. Not an easy basket, but, a good basket, taking it hard to the hole by Keyshawn.
Josiah Massey, his first, third. And by the way, on that basket, he just passed Billy Gay on the all-time list 3-point play right there, and brought to you by Woodmart Building Center, 12th and Seminary Road. Kevin's got good wood. And that's 3 more points. He now is 2 points ahead of Billy Gay. Billy was a stud. Still is a stud. In the half-court set, Devils lead 9-6. Oh, Hickman almost got called for the charge. Instead gets called for the double dribble. Because Hickman took the bump, he forgot to dribble the ball, and he picked it up and dribbled again. Coach needs to talk to him a little bit. He's frustrated. Morrill comes back in. Devils no subs yet. We're still with Wires, Clay, BL3, Louthan, and Thomas. Thomas 1 rebound, right, Coach?
Yep.
We haven't had a lot of rebounds on the offensive side. Louthan comes around, right side. BL3 steps back on the wing, hesitate, in, up, tries to finger roll it in, bumped enough, didn't have enough energy to get it up after he was bumped. UT in transition, down the left side. Devils a good job of stopping it on the short corner.
Great job on transition defense by the Devils.
Back in the man-to-man for the Devils. We talked about Andy Douglas's man-to-man. Right side, three-pointer is good. And that's Tyler Horvath. So 3 buckets over here for UT, and they're all three-pointers. 9-9, inside 3 minutes left, first quarter action.
Definitely need to locate better.
Exactly, and those guys we know they can hit now. Wires has it off the left side. Man-to-man also coming from the Panthers. BL3 now setting the offense right around half court. Crossover through the legs, into the left corner. Pulling up for 3, high arching shot. Good, Mark Louthan from the corner. He's got 2 threes, and that's Woodmart Building Center. 12th and Seminary Road.
Once again, driving the ball towards the elbow, then kicking it out, gives Lathan a wide open step in 3.
And from the right corner, UT follows up with another 3. I couldn't see who that was, Coach. I think that was number 2, Massey, wasn't it?
Number 11.
Oh, 11 got the 3? Yes, Josiah Massey, not Jordan. My apologies in that family. Right now, everything's been a 3 in this ball game. They've got 4 threes from outside. We've got 3 plus a blue collar. Shot from the left side for the Devils, missed. 12-12 inside 2 minutes, first quarter action. Glad you're with us on this Friday night. Horvath took a shot there and went to the floor. Again, the strength of our guys in the offseason. You can just tell when they're playing these guys. BL3.
Anybody runs in the Keyshawn, it's going to be tough.
Ball goes right side for UT. Morrill's trying to post up inside. He pops up into the high post. Horvath will set it up near the timeline. 1 step back, and he's over and back.
Well, this is definitely a UT pace, 50, 60-point game. The Blue Devils going to have to go out and let's go full court and get after it.
To the left side, Postelnik. He'll give the ball to Massey. That's Jordan. Back to the right side. Coming around the screen, Josiah Massey. 1 minute exactly in the first quarter. Ball comes right side. Good screen. It was a no screen, but a loose. And on the rebound, Thomas gets the rebound. It was one of those, as we saw, you thought it was going to be a screen, and then he broke through it to the basket. Good defense. Keyshawn with his second rebound. And down in the corner, Clay stepped out of bounds on the wing. So with 48.4, goes back over to UT, and the Devils are going to pick up full court. And it's full court man, too. Wires is going to pick it up. 70 feet from the basket. Court's 85, so he picked him up at the free throw line. Horvath sets it left side. Jordan Massey comes up. Ball goes right. Looks like they're setting the offense up maybe for the last shot, or if you got one before. Backdoor cut on this side. Massey was not there. Now it looks like we're just looking to set a play up to possibly run. Pull-up shot from 12 feet. No good. Devils don't hustle down to get it. Morrill had a nice look at the basket, missed it. Keyshawn gets the rebound, his third. 4th foul on the other side for the first quarter for UT. Foul called on Sparrow, so our Morrill, he's got 2, Hickman's got 1, so the big guy's inside 3, and they go to a smaller lineup now.
Now here's where we should exploit Keyshawn down on the block, get him the ball, for the last shot.
10 seconds left in the quarter. Devils set 2 or 3 screens. On the left, Louthan, 4 seconds. Longcore spun. Good defense. Standing on the spin was Horvath. Longcore just spun and ran into him and lost the ball, but they will call the foul with 1.7 seconds left. I don't know. What do you think on that one, Coach?
Didn't like the play. Hey, you know what I mean? You've got Keyshawn down there against a 6'3" kid, and you've got him outside catching. Didn't like the play at all. Get it down to Keyshawn, let them double, triple team, then kick it out for the wide open three.
The only good thing in that play, Coach, and I said with 12 seconds we won't get to shoot the double bonus. Well, guess what? We did. On that foul, we get a double bonus. Louthan and Wires get a break. Rico Clay Jr. comes in. Jareus Rice Jr. also comes in. Longcore hits both free throws. Ball goes in. We'll let him get the shot off. Top of the backboard, and we have played one quarter from the Panther Den. It's your Quincy High Blue Devils 14, the East Moline Panthers 12. And, of course, this is Wellman and Pettit and Quincy High basketball on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Start your day off the right way at Hardee's.
We have new items for our breakfast 2 for $5. You can get a biscuits and gravy, sausage egg, or cinnamon roll. Any 2 of those for $5. You can't beat a made-from-scratch biscuit here at Hardee's. Sausage egg, biscuits and gravy, or a cinnamon roll. 2 for $5.
Is there any place better for breakfast than Hardee's? Come see for yourself. Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
And welcome back to the Panther Den. First quarter's in the books, 14-12. Devils lead. Tough quarter here, and we talked about this team. We knew that UT coming in was playing some good basketball.
Well, UT wants to play the game, in the 60s. The score right now, we're playing it in the mid-50s. The Blue Devils need to get out, pressure the ball a little bit more, and get this more in an up-and-down game, instead of, walk it up and go from there. This is not your Panther Blue Devil game from 3-4 years ago with Coach Weber and his 1-2-2 and Coach Douglas and his 1-2-2.
Indeed. Second quarter starts off with the Blue Devils in the basketball. Longcore, Rico Clay Jr., Dom Clay, Jareus Rice Jr., and who am I missing out there? Oh, in the corner, Keyshawn Thomas was sitting in the right corner all alone. I even missed him.
Well, and the big kid from East Moline sunk right into the middle of the lane. BL3 saw it, passed it all the way over cross court. Wide open look for Keyshawn.
Keyshawn's 3 on that one as Octavius Hickman goes all the way to the basket. That three-pointer a moment ago by Keyshawn, brought to you by Woodmart Building Center. Stop by and check out your kitchen and bathroom today.
Keyshawn didn't square up the big kid on that last defensive set.
17-14, Devils lead. 7 minutes left in the first half. Clay on the left side, a quick move. He tries to tell the official, I made a jab step and a jab, and then I went. I did not travel, but guess who gets to win that one? The man with the whistles. Devils going to pick up full court out of there. Checking there. Hickman's still in the game. Josiah Massey. Max Colgan's in the ball game, number 12. And then Massey, off the right side. Max Colgan, who I just mentioned, comes off the bench. He hits a three-pointer. We're tied at 17. That right now is 5 threes and a deuce on the other side for their 17. We pretty well got the same look, except for 2 free throws. Half-court set, ball's on the throw. Horvath gets on the floor first and gets it.
Once again, another 50-50 ball the Blue Devils did get.
From behind, a tip away. Was that Keyshawn that tipped?
Yeah, I believe so. Not a good foul by Keyshawn. Save those for underneath the basket, big fella.
His first foul, first team foul. They still had the 5 up for East Moline in the second quarter. See how it confuses even the scoring table? UT will check it out on the far side. Devils still in their man-to-man. Stick around at halftime. We'll break down some stuff that's been happening. Got a couple tributes, too, I want to send out. Ed Heller, we lost him. Great referee, official, coach, you name it. In the set. Devils on defense playing man-to-man. Left block, Hickman tries to bounce off Thomas. Misses the shot. Thomas with a rebound. His 4th rebound. In transition, approaching 6 minutes in the half. all the way
Good
to the
take.
basket. There it is. Longcore this time went to the basket, didn't get any contact, and took it all the way to the hole. Last time he wanted the contact, he wasn't getting the call.
Well, once again, offensive transition off of the good rebound and pushing the ball, gave him that little bit of wiggle room.
Well, that's a good backdoor cut there by Speckman. The pass was off by Hickman, but nobody was there. He had an easy layup. Ball's back out on the perimeter, though, for UT. Oh, there was a travel right there. He jumped down with 2 feet before he dribbled. Hickman then in the corner, no good. Rebound inside. Thomas avoids the foul. Good job, even though he was going after the ball. Speckman took it away. He might have got whistled for the foul, so UT has another chance at it. 2 offensive rebounds. To the hole, no good on the shot. That was Josiah Massey. He'll go to the line. Rice Jr. will commit the foul, his first.
This East Moline's a good-looking ball club. Yeah, you know what I mean? They're going to give fits, to, the halves, of the Western Big Six this year.
And a shout-out to Jakai Castleman. He's going to keep stats at home, he said. He actually passed along that ML II was the MVP out at John Wood. Thank you for that information there, sir. First free throw is good. That's by Josiah Massey. He's the junior. The sophomore is Jordan Massey. Second one is good. We're back to tied at 19. That Massey has 5. Approaching 5 minutes left in the first half. Rice, left wing, drives baseline, pulls up, and a good call there, a charge. Taking that charge down there. I think it was Horvath.
I would still like to see them go to Keyshawn underneath the basket against Hickman and see what Hickman can do and, maybe get, him out of the game because, he's a force underneath the basket.
Big kid there. Rice's second foul, so he takes a seat. Wires is back in, so Wires, BL3, Dom Clay, Rico Clay Jr., Keyshawn Thomas. Other side, Beckman stays in, Speckman, the big boy Hickman, Horvath at the guard, and Josiah Massey.
Now we're out in our
1-2-2. Looks well, is it?
Yeah,
with Wires at the point.
1-2-2.
Wires at the point. Longcore and Clay at the next level. Deep is Thomas and Rico Clay Jr.
Let's try to speed the game up a little bit.
I think that's a good idea, even though they got their guard lineup in now. Well, Hickman's still in there.
Oh, that was travel almost.
Left side. Clay picks up. He goes in the high post.
Get up.
Almost a steal. Clay Jr. went for it, but a little late. Hickman takes the step in, little short, little leaner.
Missed steal attempt turns into an easy 12-foot floater.
That's why you stay between him and the basket. Rico Clay Jr. fires a 3 off the glass. Quick shot. Down court. Devils don't get back. Good pass. And it went into Speckman. Speckman hits it. The crowd here is pumped up with a 6-point run. Now a 4-point lead. Timeout with 4:39 left in the first half. It's the Panthers 23, your Blue Devils 19. Back with more on mechasportsco.com.
Are you a contractor? If so, listen up. Freiberg Insurance in Quincy, a Pekin insurance partner, is known for providing the best contractor coverage in the area. They've thought of everything, from covering your facilities to protecting your tools and equipment while on the road, and even your employees. Ready to learn more? Call Freiberg Insurance at 217-224-7774 and let them help build a Pekin insurance portfolio that protects your business, your employees, and your livelihood.
And we're back at the Panther Den after the timeout Coach Douglas takes. We got a 6-point run, and a 4-point lead for UT. Driving, Eurasian shot, no good by Longcore. A foul, I'm not sure if it was on the shot or the rebound. It was the shot. Longcore will go to the line to shoot 2. He had that nice move through the lane, slowed it down, so a little slow motion. By the way, thanks, Coach, for that. I had a mental slip there. The slip was what I was looking for. When you go to set a screen, but then you don't, and you slip away, basically.
I used to call that my ice play.
A good play.
On a fast break, come down, switch it, pass, cut. Yeah.
There you are.
Fun little play.
Coach will draw it up if we could get a little marker out there to help you draw it up on the board. That'll be the next step for us. First foul on UT in this quarter. BL3 comes out with 2 free throws. He's 4 for 4. He's got 6 on the night. Devils down after they break into that 6-point run by UT. Down by 2. In transition, Devils on full court defense again. Check back to man-to-man in the half-court set.
Need to put more pressure on the ball.
Ball comes left side. That's Colgan. And an offensive foul leaning in there. Was that BL3 playing the good D on that one?
Yep. BL3 and Louthan switching up, and, the screen was a little bit hard.
Second foul against UT. Devils get the basketball back, looking to tie with 4 minutes left in the quarter and the half. Ball goes right side. BL3 brings it back in, kicks it out. Now to the left side, Cameron Wires. Devils will keep it kind of to the left side. Behind the back, BL3 lost the handle, went off the glass. Hickman got the rebound. Trying to beat him to the basket and did. That was a nice move by Josiah Massey as he slid between two of our defenders. 25-21 in the half-court set. Devils, Wires hesitates. 1, 2, all the way to the basket. Cameron Wires with a move. He came around the screen.
Good take. He got a little bit bumped. That could have been a 3-point play.
And as we always tell, Coach, if they don't make you pick the basketball up, everybody was away from the basket. He got the screen from Thomas.
Oh.
Good job there by Louthan. Louthan did a great job of setting up for the charge. Problem is, Hickman has some good feet, and he spun around, took it to the basket.
Get it to him. Go.
Inside, Hickman. Check that. Playing Keyshawn. Short hook, no good by Keyshawn. Rebounded weak side by UT.
Kind of was sped up a little bit there. Take your time. You got plenty of time to make a move.
I think he can wear Hickman out.
Oh, yeah.
Hickman's way out there between the circles. That's the top of the key, the circle that used to be there, and, of course, the center circle.
I mean, the way Keyshawn runs the floor, we got to keep Hickman going up and down the floor. Tire him out, fourth quarter, take advantage of that.
Postolnik comes back in. Kogan takes a seat for UT. 2:40 and counting left. First half action. Hickman gets it behind the center circle. Good backdoor cut. Now, I wouldn't have called traveling because he didn't have the ball and he was fumbling the ball, even though Speckman did shuffle his feet, but that gave time for the Devils to come, but they were out of position and fouled. Speckman to go to the line. Only 2 free throws so far on UT. They had the 2 for 2 for Massey in this quarter. Foul win against Dom Clay, his first. Devils with 4 in the second quarter. Speckman hits the first. Tucker Speckman. Saw a new video today out on Facebook for the Quincy High basketball team. I think Tyler Sprick had something to do with the production of that. So good to see Tyler getting that first semester of college in there and doing some stuff in communications. Second one no good. Keyshawn with a rebound. That's number 5. Devils have the basketball in the half-court set. Work left side. Keyshawn behind the arc. Hickman comes out. Hickman looks big, but he's not as tall as Keyshawn, or at least when he sets up and tries to, play defense. They're probably matched up pretty well head-to-head. Just what do you think Hickman's got on him weight-wise? Right side. Louthan goes inside to Keyshawn on the right high block. Good! Keyshawn with a turnaround from 15 foot. He hit the floor after. It was not a flop. He just got bumped. 28-25. UT still with the lead. 2 minutes left. First half action.
I'd like to see them put Hickman in a pick-and-roll situation with Longcourt and see what he would do.
I agree.
Oh, that's got to be
He's got to guard one of those two. Hickman, there's a backdoor cut. Good pass. Good. Hey, great defense. Trace Ruth just checked in, and he played some pretty good D against Postolnik. Devils have the basketball now. BL3. Drove underneath the baseline. Went left side. Wires goes all the way in. Wires gets bumped. Weak side help from Speckman. Did have the block shot, but there was a foul before that. Wires will go to the line to shoot 2.
Great extra pass by Keyshawn, making it, and that just opened up, the drive for Wires to go to the basket.
Josiah Massey, his second foul. Team foul number 3 for UT. 4 on the Devils. 1:33 left in the first half.
Well, and that's one thing about this Blue Devil team. They will make the extra pass to get their teammate, a better shot.
Devils missed their first free throw, 5 for 5 before that one. We have another one. Back into the ball game, number 2, Jordan Massey. Check it out. Was Josiah. Wires hits the second one. get into the full court pressure a little. 28-26, Devils down by 2. Wires in the backcourt. Hickman's going to bring it up. Takes it to the right side. He has been a good passer, especially on the backdoor cuts. Something we have not watched very good. Off the right side, they go down in the short corner to Hickman. He tries to bounce against Thomas. His shot around, good. Big kid.
Good defense, better offense.
Yep, that's how good it was, Coach. At 1 minute left in the first half. BL3 takes it in the lane, finger rolls in, gets the contact, and he's heading to the line for the blue collar.
I still like to see BL3 and Keyshawn in a pick and roll situation. Spread the floor, get everybody else out, be ready to shoot the ball and see what they can do against it.
And that's what happened right there, Coach. And we would have either drive to the hole, he steps back for a shot, or he gets a perfect roll from Keyshawn to the basket.
Or he gets in there that volleyball line, goes up, and then Keyshawn cutting to the basket for a layup. All day long.
Blue collar 3, of course, that's brought to you by Woodmart Building Center. Hey, you want to do some blue collar work? Go out there and grab some stuff, and let's build something this weekend. WoodmartBuildingCenter.com. Pass inside, comes back out around the perimeter. Right side 3, no good.
Oh, get the
tipped
rebound.
out, and it went right into UT. Comes in the left corner. Postolnik shoots a 3. That's a good job by Wires on that one.
Yeah.
Wires was on the side of his Panther.
Well, he was battling the 6'3" kid, at 5'10", and that's all you could do. The only thing you could probably do better is get your body on a little bit farther out away from the basket.
Yep, but he knocked that out, which was good. 44.5 left in the half. Panthers 30, Devils 29. Back with more on mechasportsco.com.
Bet you outdrive you this hole.
If you outdrive me, I'll take $10,000 off every car sold at QHS Quincy this month.
Daddy needs a new ride.
Back to action here at Panther Den. He looks like he took a little bit of Charles Barkley's golf swing there. 44.5. Panthers have the ball under their own basket. Get it out on the right wing. Hickman, the big man, number 50's out at the high post right now. Coming over to the left side, Josiah Massey with the basketball. In the left corner is Max Kogan. Right corner, watch him, it's Postolnik. And in the short corner over there, it's Jordan Massey.
1-2-2 now.
Devils have Trace Ruth in the lineup now, matched up to man.
Oh.
Somebody forgot their man inside, and he got an easy backdoor layup. Jordan Massey with the bucket. Down to 12 seconds left in the first half. Devils will have the last shot.
Need to go.
Potential tie. Wires looking for a screen from BL3. Now we're down to 6, and we're half court. He gets one from Thomas. Kicks it back out. Thomas fires a 3. Good at the buzzer. Keyshawn, and I believe he was fouled for the chance at the 4-point play at the buzzer.
Did they call it?
The guy here I thought did. Maybe he just punched it down, but I swear he went ahead and punched it down like that's a basket and we got a foul. What do you see?
No, just a basket.
Just the basket. Well, just the basket.
We'll take it.
Made it 32-32, and by the way, that three-pointer, almost a four-pointer, was brought to you by Woodmart Building Center, 12th and Seminary Road. Great way to end the first half. 32-32 here at the Panther Den.
Definitely. It's one of those things where they were a little bit, excuse my French, discombobulated, at the end, didn't get into a good set, and, Keyshawn bailed them out.
We'll be back for some halftime talk here. Break down the Western Big Six, tell you what's happening in the Western Big Six, and got some other notes as well with 32-32 here. Wellman and Pettit, Quincy Blue Devil Basketball, mechasportsco.com.
Dreaming of a new kitchen or bath that's as functional as it is beautiful? At Woodmart Building Center, we bring your vision to life. Choose from a wide variety of cabinetry finishes and styles to fit any space and budget. Our expert designers work with you every step of the way to create a space that's uniquely yours. From timeless classics to modern masterpieces, your dream kitchen or bath starts here. Visit Woodmart Building Center today. Find us at woodmartbuildingcenter.com or stop by our showroom at North 12th and Seminary Road, Quincy.
At Blessing Health, our podiatrists and podiatric surgeons understand the importance of getting you back on your feet. When you experience foot or ankle pain or injuries, our team of experts is dedicated to restoring your mobility and relieving your pain. Every step of your journey matters to us. And when life throws you a curveball, trust Blessing Health's orthopedics and sports medicine team to get you back in the game. At Blessing Health, we've got you covered from head to toe.
I got you on your cough. Back at the Panther Den, it is halftime here. We are tied 32-32. We talked about this UT team being tough, and it's a lot of three-pointers. First quarter, UT hits a three. Devils come back with two. UT hits another one. Devils get a blue-collar three. UT three, Devils three, UT three. Devils with 2 free throws. That was the only ones in the first quarter that was not a three-point play. In 14-12, by the way, after one. Second quarter, that 6-point run by UT built a 4-point lead. But the Devils came back, tied it up at 32 with Keyshawn hitting the three from out top, almost a 4-point play. And checking it out so far, Keyshawn has 11. More importantly, 5 rebounds, so he's only 2 from Ty and Michael Payne. On the other side, BL3 is 5 for 5 from the charity stripe. He's got 9. The other side, 4 threes from UT in the first quarter. Only 1 in the second quarter, so we covered them there better than we did in the first quarter.
I still think, though, we need to get out and get this game more in the up-down pace. You know, right now, 32-32. We're playing right where the Panthers want to play. You know, 60, 65-point game. Blue Devils, high-octane offense. You know, we got to get out. Has Dom scored yet?
Dom has not.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
No, Dom had that three, remember,
in the
first
three.
quarter.
Okay, we got to get him more in the game, going to the basket. We got to get out in our transition offense, you know, after we get the steal or whatever. But that's one thing UT does. They handle the ball well. They don't turn the ball over. You know, they're going to get good shots, Gardner, every time down the floor. So we got to do a better job of pressuring them. Maybe go to a smaller lineup second half. You know, with extra guards out there and see if we can pressure them to, you know, speed up the game, because I don't think they want to speed it up.
And the only person we have in foul trouble if you got 2 fouls is Rice Jr., who would be the guy you might match up out there with Wires as the other guard out here.
Yep.
Well, we did mention the sophomore game. Sophomore's lost 54-34. The Blue Devil girls won against Herman today out at the Rumble on the River, 63-53. ML, the second, she had 14. Jada Brown had 14. And also Hamby had 13. Check that 12 in that ball game. Madeline, excuse me. I was looking at something else across the way at halftime. And so good job. They play tomorrow at 3:30. And as you heard Coach and I talking in the pregame, we'll be out there for that one. We're going to get out there for the Notre Dame girls at 12:30. And we'll still be fresh as can be for old guys at 7 o'clock for that great crosstown matchup with the Blue Devils and the Raiders. Hey, some shout-outs here. David Platt's still working on that knee, so he makes some trips out there, so we'll give a shout-out to him. And how about a shout-out to Jim McGinn? And we're also going to give a shout-out to Ed McGinn. And, you know, when I see those guys, they look like the same person. You know, I don't know. Those two, I'm not too sure if Jim and Ed are not the same person. And, of course, if I don't mention Mike Bowen in that, he'd get mad at me. So, Mike, they said they've already getting ready for Highland for the tournament down there. And we won't see Carl Rylander there, but I'm sure he'll be listening as well. You know, I mentioned losing a guy in the area, and it's worthwhile to mention him during this broadcast because Ed Heller, official, referee, he was a heck of an athlete, came out of Nebraska, and he also was coaching softball at Culver Stockton on a couple stints, was in LaGrange for years. Of course, he was married to Carol. She used to play CYO volleyball, even up in her age, and but a great family. They had kids, Cindy, Chris, and Joe. Chris was a good football player right behind us and was a lifeguard over at Wakanda State Park. That's how I got to know him. And he married Rose Watercutty in Quincy, so the family tree right there. But, you know, Ed's a great man. He just passed away last Friday. He's also in the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame. My fame for Ed is when I took over Quincy College girls basketball. I like to run. My first team game I had, I won 100-45. Ed came over with Birnbach one time, or Brumbach. And they were ready for a simple little walk up down the court college game. One guy could barely make it to half court, and we were already running the other way, so I called a couple timeouts so they could rest. But, Ed, what a great guy, and we're going to miss you. Also, Jerry Eberhardt, my dad's good friend. Jerry was very well-known in Quincy on both sides of Quincy High and Notre Dame. His kids went to Quincy High, David, Lynn, Wendy, Pam, and Maria. And a lot of grandkids out there on both schools. Both those guys are being missed there, so I just wanted to give a little tribute to both of them. Also, I forgot Taylor Foey in my talking about who's playing and how they doing. Checked in with her dad, Dax, the other day, and she was just coming into herself, had her role in their ball game, averaging 6.5 points a game, 3.3 rebounds. She's in a boot again until mid-January. So it's her freshman year, and that's the nice thing is you got plenty of time to get those fixed. So,
and, to be honest with you, if she's hurt and it's that bad, they'll probably redshirt her, give her another year eligibility and go from there. That's what college does.
Yeah, wait a minute. Coach Long and I just talked last night. You've heard the new rule they're putting out there. 2 years of junior college and 4 years of four-year school after that. So you get to play 6 years in the college ranks. I say bring back 5 years to play 4. If you transfer, sit a year. And if you don't like college basketball, don't play or go on to the pros. And that's just my take on that, and I'll get off my box. I think there's a lot of people with that same take on that.
Couple of games with a couple of scores. We got the QND Raider boys playing Central tonight. It's 13-7 in the first quarter. And we have Moline and Galesburg going at it tonight. And the Maroons are up 49-19 at the half, which, once again, we have the haves and the have-nots, in the Big Six. And it's the same way on the girls' side also.
Yep, and then they're also Sterling is playing at home tonight. They've got Rock Island Alleman and Geneseo. The Maple Leafs are hosting the Rocks. I hate to be Alleman and Geneseo tonight.
No. I tell you what, you're facing a couple of pretty good ball clubs there that, I think are going to go far, when the state tournament rolls around.
Indeed. It's halftime here. We're tied up 32-32. We're back with Quincy High the rest of this halftime and the second half from the Panther Den. It's MeccaSportsCo.com.
Freiburg Insurance in Quincy is your local independent Pekin insurance agency. They're part of the community, and no one knows your insurance needs better than your friends and neighbors. Whether it's business, home, auto, or life, Pekin Insurance and Freiburg Insurance are ready to discuss your specific needs in person. Call them at 217-224-7774 and learn why it's always better to talk insurance with friends.
Back here at the Panther Den, the final countdown being played there. Song from the 80s. By the way, BL3 at the half, what did I say he had? 5 for 5 from the charity stripe. He's got 9 points. That 9 points pushed him up. Actually, his first basket, 3 points. Passed Jeremiah Talton. Started the game with 1485. Talton was at 1487. So for those out there, just to follow that. So he should be now in 8th place. And Dennis Douglas is next at 1524 for those people out there that are just keeping track of it. And for Keyshawn, his 5 rebounds puts him 2 behind Michael. Now, surely you're not going to save 2 rebounds for tomorrow night.
The other 42, let's put it like that.
Yes. I will say Keyshawn's going to come out this half and pull 6 or 7 boards down. I mean, I think he's got to. But we really haven't had the chance on the offensive side for any rebounds. UT's done a good job on the defensive rebounding.
And the Blue Devils tonight haven't had a lot of contributions off of the bench either. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where, Rice has got to pick it up, Clay's got to pick it up.
Juniors on both those, yes.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, those guys got to pick it up and get going.
Yeah, we've stayed with the starting 5 a lot of that half. Rice came in, junior, got 2 fouls. Starting off the same starting lineup there. Wires, Loncourt, the third, Thomas, Louthan, and Clay. That's Dom. Other side, Hickman takes the ball in. Horvath in the back court. Speckman is on the left side. Massey on one side and Massey on the other side. So Postolnik not in. He had a couple threes earlier. Hickman gets the pass inside. Nice step, misses the shot. Good rebound by Mark Louthan inside.
Good help by Louthan.
Pass the ball down court. Thomas, good job on 1 foot to save it. Ball comes around the perimeter. BL3 in traffic. Good ball movement from the Devils. Skips it outside again. BL3 fakes, head fakes, kicks it out. Mark Louthan, top of the key, good! Great ball movement from the Devils. Louthan with his third three, and that's brought to you by Woodmart Building Center.
I think everybody on the offensive end touched it twice that time, and finally found the open look.
Indeed. And passed them shots up, but got the better shot. We always talk about that. 1 minute in the second half, Devils lead 35-32.
Well, we'll see what they do on this end of the court.
Spin move inside.
Oh.
Thomas with good help. Came in. The spin move came at the second block. Knocked it away. Taking that move was Josiah Massey. It will be Panthers basketball under their own basket. 2 on the blocks. Pass there. Look for the big man. Not there. Now it does go down in the short corner. Thomas gardening. Hickman's so worried about banging Thomas, he's losing the basketball half the time. Steps him in, no good. Thomas gets his 6th rebound.
Another board.
That's good defense, Coach.
Oh, that's great defense. Walled up.
Because Hickman's probably weighs a good 50 to 60 pounds more, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah.
That's on the light side, maybe.
I would still like to see them put him in a pick and roll situation to see how he's going to guard coming off of that.
Hickman's quick for his size.
Yeah,
but I don't think he's quick as Thomas.
But guarding long court coming off the screen and roll.
Short corner, pull up. Cameron Wires hits from the left corner.
And they come out with the first 5, and it started at the defensive end.
Devils play a little passive on the way up. Ball comes across the timeline now. Far side, Massey. Passed over Hickman on the screen, Speckman bounces it in the short corner left side. Hickman tries to make it a faster move this time. Loses the ball on the reverse. BL3 comes up with it. BL3 down the lane. Mark Louthan, right corner. 3-pointer. Louthan is loving it. He's got 4 threes in the ball game.
4 for 4.
Timeout. Panthers, 5:47 left in the third. Devils picked up a lead 40-32. We're back with more on MeccaSportsCo.com.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
Timeout taken by the Panthers. 5:47 left in the third. Devils 40, Panthers 32, 8 straight points from the Devils. Louthan hitting 2. He hit 2 threes in the first quarter. Devils had 3 threes and a blue collar, so 4 in the first quarter. Thomas hit 2 threes in the second quarter with Longcore's blue collar. So first half, 5 threes, 2 blue collars, and we kick out the second half with 2 more.
Well, what I'm liking is they're looking to be aggressive on the offensive end and trying to get it to the hole, then kicking it out for the wide open looks. The 2 touches that Louthan's made, paint touches first and then kicking it out, stepping into it wide open. You're going to hit a bunch of those.
Tyler Horvath brings the ball up for UT. BL3 is on him. Double high post there. Morrill's checked back in, the big guy, trying for some quickness. And getting up in the air. And Clay went up in the air before Morrill even made the move. And I think he was anticipating for Rico. No, check that. For Dom, that's his second foul. First foul of the second half for either team. No shot as he hit the floor. Yeah, Morrill, if he would have just realized he had an open shot to the basket, could have went in for the layup. UT in the half-court set. Horvath in the right corner, Massey. Massey has it tipped away. Last touch by Coach. That should be our ball, shouldn't it? Oh, he was out of bounds. Coach was standing there as the ball was tipped out by the Devils. Box out of bounds play, but from free throw line extended in front of the Panthers bench. Morrill comes over to help out the big man. Thomas comes out with him. He's looking for somebody to give it to. Speckman doesn't come out. So weak side, that's Jordan Massey. Massey on Wires. Wires beats him to the point. That was a good move there on defense. Right side 3. And a good 3 from the right side. That was Horvath. He had one in the first quarter. And that broke that 8-point run by the Devils to start the quarter off. Devils still lead by 5 with 5 left. Right side, Dom Clay. No good for 3. Keyshawn tried to go over the back of Morrow. Morrow got the rebound inside 5 minutes. Devils still by 5. Panthers with the basketball. Morrow sets it left side. No. Comes out. Now a drive to the basket with Speckman. He got picked up right away, and the ball had to come back on the perimeter. Good job by the Devils talking, communicating. We get a foul on the baseline there. It looked like Cameron Wires might have been holding down on the baseline. His first, or check that, his second now. And second against the Blue Devils. 4:40 left in the third. Substitution coming in. Keep an eye on him. Connor Postolnik. Postolnik had 2 threes in the first quarter as well. That's the athletic director's son, Mark, the only senior, which bodes well for this team, Coach.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they handle the ball well. They're well coached. And the big kid in the middle, 44, only a sophomore.
To the right side. Quickly passed around the perimeter. Massey on the left side. Morrow sets some screens. Couple flashers. Nobody's open. Postolnik on the left. Drops it down in the left corner to Morrow. Devils playing some pretty good basketball man-to-man. Ooh, little check there, but it wasn't really anything. Rebound there by Keyshawn, and he just tied Michael Payne with his 7th rebound. On the drive, Dom Clay, great move. Dom went up from this side to the other side. The ball just rolled off on the reverse layup.
You love seeing it when Dom doesn't settle for the 3-point shot and takes it hard to the hole.
That was good. By the way, congratulations to Keyshawn here around the 4-minute mark of the third quarter. UT with the basketball.
And once again, you said 4-minute mark. We've only given them 3 points in this quarter. The defense has picked up big time for the Blue Devils.
And the offense will follow. Picked up the first 8 points of the quarter. Lead 40-35. Pick and roll. Morrow spun and got by Clay. Louthan was there. Mark reached in, and it'll be a hold on the shot.
Well, I was going to say, let's see if the big fella can hit some free throws.
For Mark, hits his first foul. He's played pretty physical.
Third
against the Devils.
Make him earn it.
Joseph Morrow, the sophomore, wears number 44. He's got 2 shots. Rattled a little bit, but not a bad look on his shot. Max Kogan checks in. Remember, he was in there in the second quarter and fired up a 3. You know, if you got guards who can fire 3s and a big guy like Hickman or Morrow inside,
oh yeah,
nice to build around. And that was a good touch on that one. Morrow hits both of them. His first 2 points of the ball game. And back in the game, Octavius Hickman, the junior only. 3-point game. Devils up by 3, 40-37. Approaching 3 minutes.
Moline's on a 5-point run now after we went out on an 8 to start the quarter.
BL3 was set to the left side. He's looking inside. Takes it down to the corner, now pulls up just inside the line, no good. Mark Louthan, weak side rebound, and then brings it to the opposite side for the reverse layup. Louthan gets the rebound and the putback.
Tough shot by Longcore, but good weak side rebound by Louthan.
Louthan in the game right now has 14 points unofficially. Devils lead by 5 again. Back on good D in the half-court set. Ball's picked up. Don't reach BL3. You got him over there as it is. Postolnik comes out. He's at the center circle. The center shield as it is with UT on it. It's upside down for you watching there, but you can pick it up. There's the give and go, and a great job on defense. Dom Clay with a block shot. And a block shot again. Louthan may have been called on the floor. Clay blocked one and then blocked the other one. I don't know what happened.
Down.
He's down on the floor, but I'm not sure what he hit.
Might be an ankle. I hope. Well,
he might have just hit the floor. Louthan was called for the foul. Clay did a great job on the block shot, and then on the second block shot is when Mark caught him down low, and I think he got up and just clipped over somebody. Dom's, hobbling a little bit back, but I think he's all right. A little bit of pain there. 2:27 left in this one.
Probably do him good to go ahead and have the trainer wrap it up real tight right now so he can get back into the game.
Well, I wasn't sure. Was it knee, ankle, or?
Ankle.
Okay, because then even the hip, if he would hit the floor. Dom will come down to the end of the bench. gingerly. Head to the line.
Keyshawn Thomas got 7 or 8. Do you know? Rebound?
7. He just tied the record.
Okay, thank you.
And somebody wanting to know too. Massey's at the line. That's
well,
Josiah.
Unofficially, he's tied the record.
That is true.
Hey, you know what I mean? Because we're definitely not the official, taker of that, of the stats.
I thought he already shot a free throw. Well, good for me. I thought he had one down. I was going to put one down. He missed the first one, so one more coming from Massey. Back in the ball game will be Tucker Speckman. Speckman, Hickman, Horvath in the backcourt. Massey, and down there Cogan's the only guy on the line. Massey hits 1 of 2. Makes it a 42-38 ball game. Devils by 4. 2:20 left in the third quarter. Wires goes to 2 guys. Good idea, but the problem was, now Keyshawn says my fault, but the ball came in at such a low angle.
Oh, yeah.
It scooted right by him.
It bounced up, and it went between his legs. So when you bounce it up to a big guy, you got to get it at least to his waist.
Right. But Keyshawn says it's my fault, so, hey, keep passing to him, he said.
Feed
me, Seymour, feed me.
You got to throw a nice little fluff pass.
And there's the offensive foul on that end. UT was setting a screen. The big man gets called for it. It's his second foul. Only the first of the third quarter for UT right now. Hickman's going to go out. Also going out will be Horvath. Morrow checks back in. Morrow, Speckman, Jordan Massey, Josiah Massey, and Max Cogan. Devils with the basketball. BL3 at the point. Almost got double teamed there. Now he goes through the defense. And a good job there, BL3. Now that time as he went in between 2 guys, he knew he was getting fouled, so he brought it in like a running back to protect it. He will not get to shoot the ball, but that takes some wear and tear when you keep going in there and getting banged and double teamed with knees and elbows and everything. Foul was called. First foul against Jordan Massey. Second foul in this quarter. Ball was lobbed in, lost, but BL3 tracked it down. Wires inside, out. Oh, BL3 missed. And there's the rebound. Offensive rebound, and that is the record unofficially. Baseline, short, BL3 hits. Nice shot there, but the guy that kept that thing going was Keyshawn Thomas. And it was funny, action stopped now to tie a shoe. I almost thought they were going to honor him.
Not on the road, baby.
No doubt.
That ain't going to happen up here at the Panther Den.
8 rebounds, so unofficially he has just passed Michael Payne, 9:26. But we'll double-check that there again and get the final on that. I'm going to double-check was he at 17 or 18 coming in? I told everybody out there before the ball game he was at 18, so he is at 7:26. 1:36 left in the quarter. Devils lead 44-38. Jareus Rice Jr. into the ball game.
Need to finish out this quarter strong.
2 guards in there. Of course, Dom is out right now, checking that ankle. Good job by defense out there between the circles. Thomas pops up to help. Ball is on the left side, goes inside, tipped away. And Rice doesn't get around the big man, so for Jareus, he'll be called for his 3rd foul of the ball game. And I believe that's the 5th, so we head to the line with 1:17 left in the third quarter. And the big man, Joseph Morrow, who just hit 2 free throws, will be back at the charity stripe.
Trey's just a little bit too aggressive down there on the block against the big guy.
And you're behind him, too, trying to reach.
Yeah.
You really have to be on his side so that the reach, you're
on his side or front him, and then have your weak side help come and help.
Because that is a tough pass to lob in there. That's why you set them guys up in front, especially if they're not posting up on the second block or higher. First one is good. Morrow shoots the second one. Nice touch from the big man. 4 for 4 from him. Approaching 1 minute left third quarter. Devils do lead 44-40. Knew it was going to be a great game coming into this one. And you're on the visiting team's floor as well. Louthan has it left side. He'll go back high to BL3. There's a screen and roll, but we're 26 feet from the basket. Wires comes to get it. We'll reset around the left perimeter. Louthan, who's been hot from outside, has it. BL3 with the dribble. Takes it in. Inside.
Good
and a
pass.
wraparound pass Thomas missed the shot. Rice tracked it down but had it knocked out of bounds, and they say Rice touches it last. BL3 with that nice bounce pass, and Thomas, a good shot, it just snuck off the rim.
Good patience by the Blue Devil on that offensive set.
Yeah, Longcourt brought 2 or 3 guys with him on that one. Substitution quickly for the Panthers, 41.5 left in the third. Devils that same lineup we just had in there. Can't see who the Panthers brought in. Horvath has the basketball. He backs up in front of the scoring table. Fancy dribbles, but Rice has got him right there. He went in and out almost like you had to do in the old line out there, the 5-second line, which nobody knows about anymore. Horvath in and out, just trying to get that 5-second away from closely guarded as well. Down to 15 seconds left in the quarter. High post is Morrill. In the right corner is Colgan. Wow. Wow.
That was a cheap one.
Fifth grade basketball call. Only because Rice was right there in front of him. There wasn't a bump. It was somewhere there was a touch, but hey, a foul's a foul. I'm going with it. So that will send with 9 seconds exactly Tyler Horvath to the line to shoot 2. Connects on the first one. So coach, that 8-point run to start the quarter off is dwindling down here up by 3 now. Substitutions.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on Dom and see how he is with that ankle.
Dom back in the game. Got the tape that you use straight down the calves that kind of, they do something. I'm not sure what it is. I'll ask somebody that has an idea. Second free throw is good as well for Horvath. He has 5.5. He's got 8 for the game. In the backcourt, BL3. Across the timeline. Hesitate. Backs it out. Keyshawn, 22 feet. Good! Keyshawn! And there's the buzzer.
Well, we in the half, with the 3. We in the third with the 3 for Keyshawn.
And both of them were from the big man. We knew he could shoot. Coach has been telling him to shoot. And we have played 3 quarters at the Panther Den. The Blue Devils 47, the Panthers 42. Come on back right now. We got the fourth quarter right here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Start your day off the right way at Hardee's.
We have new items for our breakfast 2 for $5. You can get a biscuits and gravy, sausage egg, or cinnamon roll. Any 2 of those for $5. You can't beat a made-from-scratch biscuit here at Hardee's. Sausage egg, biscuits and gravy, or a cinnamon roll. 2 for $5.
Is there any place better for breakfast than Hardee's? Come see for yourself. Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
Yeah, that's right.
Back here at the Panther Den for the fourth quarter, Jeff Wellman, Dave Pettit. Coach, I tell you what, we ended the half with Keyshawn hitting the 3, almost a 4-point play. He hits that one. Oh, by the way, that end of the quarter 3 was brought to you by Woodmart Building Center, 12th and Seminary Road. Stop by today to look for your kitchen, your bathroom. You're building something. We keep talking about wood and stuff. They've got a lot of stuff. Just go in, talk to Kevin and the gang out there, and they'll help you out. WoodmartBuildingCenter.com. 47-42 into the last.
Yeah, I mean, it's, much better job on the defensive end by the Devils that quarter. They only gave up 10 points, only 3 in the first 4 minutes.
Devils come out with the same lineup here to the left. Wires, Louthan, Dom Clay, BL3, and Keyshawn Thomas. Wires starts a screen and roll. Comes in the right corner. Quickly covering up over there was Horvath on defense. Man-to-man, both teams. Octavius Hickman. There's the screen and roll you look for. And body contact. Help from 2 guys on that play. I think Speckman and Massey were both there. Octavius Hickman was not. But Keyshawn gets to go to the line to shoot 2.
And everybody here at the Panther Den was wondering why there was a foul on that. You had 2 guys that went up and bodied up on Keyshawn. That's a foul.
It looked nice. I mean, they did recover and help out. They did not tell me who that was. I believe it was Massey waiting for it to come up on the board. But for the fourth quarter, it was the first foul for either team. Keyshawn hits the first. He's got another one.
Keep taking the ball to the hole, fellas.
Still haven't put that foul up on the board. 2 for 2. He's 3 for 3 from the line tonight. Good job by Keyshawn, 49-42. Full court pressure coming from the Devils. Cameron Wires gets called for that in the backcourt again. Third foul.
Now see the way the game started. You know, they were letting them play a little bit, letting them bang, so on and so forth. Now we get to the fourth quarter. They've changed their philosophy, and we've had a couple of touch fouls, you know, on the Devils this quarter so far.
30 seconds into the quarter, 7:30 left in the ball game. 49-42, Devils over the Panthers. Panthers have the basketball. Hickman at the top of the key off to the left side. Speckman gets the handoff, stops right in front of the free throw line. Tipped away by Wires. Lost the handle again, Speckman. Dom Clay picks it up. Clay pulls. He's got a three look. Good. Well, there's nothing wrong with his arm. That's for sure.
Nope.
Dom Clay hits the three off the right side in transition.
And
brought to you by Woodmart Building Center.
And to be honest, he looked good pushing the ball up the floor, too. So I think I don't think we have to worry about him.
5 points, the first by the Devils. Oh, and Hickman had a great move until he ran out of his move and had to take 2 steps. That's a travel call. Good job, and that's Keyshawn playing good D. He's been banging with him all night.
Good job sealing up by Keyshawn.
BL3 will set the offense. He'll give it to Keyshawn where he hit that last three about. Dom comes around the screen. Clay, three, no good. Weak side, and Speckman couldn't get it. It came off so hot.
Well, actually, an air ball.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It might have scraped part of the rim, but it was basically Speckman got his hand out just enough to tip it out of bounds.
To save him from getting hit in the face with the basketball.
Exactly. Kogan comes back in. Speckman takes a seat. So Horvath along with Postelnik, Speckman, Kogan, and Hickman. Check that. We also have Josiah Massey in there. Left side. BL3, good from three.
Well, they stretched the lead out to 13 here with 6 minutes to go in the fourth.
Brought to you by Woodmart Building Center, 12th and Seminary Road.
And it's all started on the defensive end.
6:10 and counting left in this one. Devils up by 13, 55-42. Shot from outside, no good. Inside, Keyshawn gets another rebound. Got to make sure I keep. I've got 9. If he got an extra one in there, I didn't see it, but I think I've got him down. Keyshawn trying a little pick and roll, BL3 now, but instead slips and goes to the right corner. Shoots a three, no good.
Gets the board.
Tracked it down. Dom Clay.
He called a block.
And a good job there as Massey came up to take the charge. Massey will be carded for his 3rd foul, 2nd team foul. He did find Dom Clay over here in the left corner, and Dom was making a move to the basket. Substitution now.
I don't think I'd want to take a charge with Keyshawn coming in there. I'm sorry. And I took charges against a lot of big dudes.
Take one from Verderber. That was just
I've done that.
Inside indeed. Bad pass inside. Hickman just stepped in and grabbed it. Cameron Wires flies by Horvath. Horvath waited for him to fly by, and an easy bucket there. And that stopped that 8-point run to open up the quarter for the Blue Devils.
Well, that's one of the few turnovers I can remember that the Blue Devils have had.
Yeah, just that business bad one, that one. You mark those off. 5:25 and counting left. Pass, BL3. Right side, in and out. Touch both sides of the rim. Rebound came to Horvath. Long pass, and Louthan tracked it down. Louthan got it, but right in front of the bench. 3 players and coach all pointed out he stepped on the line. And so it will come back right in front of the Panther bench. 5:15 left. 55 for the Devils, 44 for the Panthers. Devils will call a timeout after all of that. And we're back with more right here on mechasportsco.com.
Good things are happening at Hardee's, right, Brian?
You know, here at Hardee's, we have a new $6.99 original bag. And you get 2 sandwiches, a fry, and a drink. You have your choice for the sandwiches between a regular hot ham and cheese, regular roast beef, double cheeseburger, or one of our chicken tender wraps. So you can pick any 2 of those, get a hot fry and a cold drink for only $6.99 here at Hardee's on 30th and Broadway.
That's Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
Back at the Panther Den. Cheerleaders that sound like they were singing Jamoni. That was like a early 80s rap song. Frankie Russo and Jimmy Powell would have been putting out the tapes back then. You guys know who I'm talking about. 5:15 left in this one. Devils lead 55-44. Good job by the Devils starting off the quarter. 3rd quarter with an 8-point run. This quarter with an 8-point run as well. And if you go back to the last basket, the 3-pointer by Keyshawn, it's an 11-point run. Panthers basketball. Devils come out with Wires, Louthan, Dom Clay, BL3, and Keyshawn Thomas. Hickman has it in the high post. Good switch there. Backdoor cut, and it's been working. This time the Devils were aware. Dom was playing it awesome, and Hickman just threw it right out of bounds.
Well, it's amazing, when you keep your hands out like that to make the pass, hard to, get through there.
And when you allowed a few in the first half to sneak backdoor uncontested or nobody talked, we're not going to get too many in the second half. Cameron Wires brings it to the top. Ball comes around to the left. BL3 has it. Back to the top of the key. We'll set to the right side. Louthan, good perimeter. It's pass and cut. Devils working off the right side. BL3, there's the pick and roll. Great job there. Oh, Keyshawn couldn't get it to go. A great pick and roll. And here's a steal on the end of the end by Wires. Wires in transition. Oh, and it kills a 3-on-1. But the Devils will have the basketball. And Keyshawn comes over and says, just keep throwing it, Bradley. I'm going to make it.
Yeah.
That was just what you wanted to see, and it was well executed.
Well, and that's the third foul of the quarter for UT. So, once again, the Blue Devils being aggressive, going towards the basket, is going to get East Moline in foul trouble.
Third foul also by Octavius Hickman, the big guy. Get that double bonus. We're up 3 fouls against Panthers, 1 for the Devils in the fourth quarter. Right side, Louthan in the right corner. Good!
5 for 5.
Louthan hits the 3 from the right corner. Thank you, Woodmart Building Center. 12th and Seminary Road, Jack McKenzie way. Jack would have liked that too. He liked basketball. His kids could play. Octavius Hickman. He made 3 spin moves on that. Slow.
Well,
Keyshawn tried to block it at the basket, and he's going to have a chance at the blue collar. And I think Coach is saying, you got to stop him before he gets in that tight.
Well, he made 3 spin moves. You got to have some weak side help coming in there, flicking at the ball.
Good news is Keyshawn only his second foul, second for the Devils in the fourth quarter. It gives a blue collar attempt.
Yeah, Keyshawn's got 2, and then, Hickman's got 3, and Morrow's got 2 or 3 also.
Yeah, Morrow's got 2 as well inside. Hickman shoots, misses, rebound Keyshawn. Number 10 unofficially in my book.
Another double-double.
4 minutes left in this one. Bounce down in the short corner. That's Longcourt. He skips over to the right corner, Dom Clay. Started to make a dribble. We got a hand check. That will bring the ball out, and more importantly, 1 foul closer to the double bonus with 3:55 left.
Keep being aggressive on the offensive end. Take the ball to the hole. Good things will happen.
Horvath, his 3rd foul, so we get a box out of bounds play from the Devils. Clay to trigger it. Out to Louthan on the right side. I think they'll guard him now, do you think?
Oh, well.
And Keyshawn now pops from behind a screen. Right side, good. Keyshawn, 3-pointer. His 4th of the day and 5th if you count the blue collar. Wow, doing it from outside, 61-46. Devils now with a lead of 15.
Well, the Blue Devil bigs have been stepping out and getting the wide open looks as the guards are taking it to the hole.
And I didn't miss it. I just figured you guys would give me a little break before I say Woodmart Building Center again. Kevin Vanderbilt and company out there.
Definitely get his money's worth tonight.
I think he is. All season long so far, we love it. Keyshawn gets a break with 3:31 left. Keyshawn in the game right now. What did we say? He had
10, 11 boards and
I believe.
19 points.
19 points and 10 rebounds. UT has the basketball slapped away. That's Cameron Wires. Wires and Louthan. Louthan goes over to give him the high 5 for that. Dom and Rico Clay Jr. Rico the only junior in that one. And BL3. Horvath comes over, good-looking guard, has the ball, dribbles through, takes it all the way down. Horvath went through the defense all the way down for a reverse layup and a quick timeout out of that. So with 3:15 left, Devils 61, Panthers 48. Wellman and Pettit back for the last here at Blue Devil Basketball, MeccaSportsCo.com.
Freiburg Insurance in Quincy is your local independent Pekin insurance agency. They're part of the community, and no one knows your insurance needs better than your friends and neighbors. Whether it's business, home, auto, or life, Pekin Insurance and Freiburg Insurance are ready to discuss your specific needs in person. Call them at 217-224-7774 and learn why it's always better to talk insurance with friends.
We're back at the Panther Den. Got to give a shout out to Jim Bearden. They're playing AC/DC Thunderstruck. And that was our pregame, our coming into the game there for game night with Bearden and then also with Coach Pettit. So every time we hear that, I'm driving down the highway, I'm ready to start a basketball game. 3:15 left in this one, 61-48. By the way, we were tied at the half, 32 apiece. So the Devils had come out and scored 29 and given up 16. That's why they've got the 13-point lead. Math is amazing.
Well,
Stay in school.
And it's being aggressive on the offensive end and defensive end, and that's a trademark of this Blue Devil team.
Devils have the basketball and that nice lead. Wires, Don Clay, BO3, Rico Jr., and Louthan in the lineup. Thomas getting a rest. Louthan having a heck of a ball game. Right side, Don Clay. Man-to-man coming out of the Panthers. We'll come back to the top. Reverse it to the left side. Max Kogan cuts down on defense right away on Louthan. BL3 looking with his head up. Devils doing a good job of just working the basketball looking. Rico Clay Jr. in the high post.
Great patience by the Devils looking for a good shot.
No hurry. You've got the 13-point lead here. BL3, check it. Dom Clay pulls up. 16-footer, good. Dom Clay, we worried about him after coming out of that with maybe a twisted ankle. Again, looks good and didn't hurt his arm.
That was a good, solid move.
Wires.
Oh, yeah,
almost with a steal, and Louthan steps in the passing lane. Mark with a good steal.
And the Blue Devils are in no hurry.
BL3 does have to get across the line in 10 seconds, so he did scoot there. 2 minutes left in the game. Louthan comes out to set a screen at half court. Kogan comes up to pick him. Into the left corner. Dom Clay skipped the shot. Now Dom Clay, and a great pass. Dom Clay started to make a move and zipped a pass into his brother, Rico Jr. with the basket. Give the assist to Dom Clay.
Good seal by Rico underneath the basket.
Rico got the fro going tonight. A lot of times he'll have that in tight. The update on the hair. Left corner, shot no good for three. Ball comes out. Chasing it down is BL3. Bradley to the center of the court, realizing with a minute and a half left and a 17-point lead as some of the fans kind of scoot out. They got to be proud for their Panthers, though. They're a good-looking ball team.
Oh, yeah. They're going to give lots of people fits.
Exactly. Go ahead and give Sean Taylor some, and also Rocky. That's all good for us.
Yeah. Rocky be good.
Oh, right side with 1:10 left. Louthan starts the dribble, brings it back out. Devils are just going to try to move the basketball. Probably going to see a foul because, and there it is. Take your pick. Foul was called against Jordan Massey. His second. And the fifth in the quarter. So Longcore, from standing out at half court, making no moves to the basket, gets to shoot 2 free throws.
Well, when you get to this point in the game, when there's 3 minutes to go and they've done a good job of playing these last 3 minutes, you shoot layups or free throws. And the Blue Devils are a very, very good free throw shooting team.
First free throw is good.
In fact, let me check here real quick because I'm thinking 67% as a team.
Awesome.
Which is very, very good for high school nowadays.
Coach Douglas telling Dom Clay and Mark Louthan, great job as Longcore makes both of them. Good job by BL3. 67-48. Longcore's coming out, so in the game, Jacob Salisbury. Avion Tate comes in. Cameron's still in the game. I was wondering who number 5 was for a second. Left side, shot no good. Inside, rebound. And a put back. Horvath, and he's going to get a chance at the blue collar as he was fouled. That'll cut the Devils' little 6-point run. Give 50 for UT. Foul goes against Salisbury, his first. Devils third in the quarter. So as we check that lineup, Cameron's still in the lineup. Rico Clay Jr., Avion Tate, Jacob Salisbury, and Trace Ruth. Good Rico rebound. Good Rico bound. Something of that nature. Foul out in the midcourt. We'll be heading down here to shoot some more. And Rico Clay Jr. gets to shoot. He just hit that basket under there. Well, that was a great pass there by Dom, was it not?
Yes, it was.
Rico misses the first, 50.7 seconds left, 50 on the Devils side. Check that on the Panther side, 67 for the Devils. Rico 0 for 2. Ball tipped over, tried to track it down. Speckman tracked it down. Here comes UT, under a minute. Stick around for the post-game show, brought to you by Hardee's at 30th and Broadway. Brian Harm's squad. We'll also have the player of the game. Shot from the right side, no good, tipped out. Trace Ruth tips it all the way down here to Tate. Tate, nice pass, and he hits Rico Jr. Rico gets the basket, Tate gets the assist. Devils get to 69, down to 20 seconds. Player of the game as well, also coach's comments. Colgan actually hit a three-pointer and then was talking about it. I thought, you're down here, my son, by about 16 points. We're proud of you for hitting the shot. 13.6. Ball was out of bounds. Devils will get it. And Devils will improve now to 8-0, 4-0 in the conference. And will give East Moline their first loss in the conference. Cameron Wire is going to play from the beginning to the end as he dribbles it out on the far side. Cameron wanted to get a foul so he could shoot some free throws. Listen up. There you got it. The final buzzer here at the Panther Den. The Blue Devils 69, the Panthers 53. Devils improve. Look pretty good here tonight as they're undefeated in the Western Big Six.
Well, the first half was a little sloppy on the defensive end. Second half, they came out, got after it, and thusly, opened up their transition offense, and they took the ball to the hole in the second half very well and then kicked it out for the wide open looks.
And that'll do it for the regular portion of our broadcast. They waste no time putting them baskets up.
No.
Anyway, with the regular portion of our broadcast, stick around. We mentioned the Hardee's post-game show. We'll have our coaches' comments brought to you by QHS and our player of the game brought to you by Freiburg Insurance Agency. From the Panther Den, the stamp has been placed on this new court, as Coach said in the pregame, and we'll talk about that with him. The Blue Devils 69, the Panthers 53, and you've been listening to Blue Devil basketball right here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Dreaming of a new kitchen or bath that's as functional as it is beautiful? At Woodmart Building Center, we bring your vision to life. Choose from a wide variety of cabinetry finishes and styles to fit any space and budget. Our expert designers work with you every step of the way to create a space that's uniquely yours. From timeless classics to modern masterpieces, your dream kitchen or bath starts here. Visit Woodmart Building Center today. Find us at woodmartbuildingcenter.com or stop by our showroom at North 12th and Seminary Road, Quincy.
Aches and pains are a normal part of life, but when they become too much, we have a team of orthopedic surgeons ready to give you relief. The need for joint replacements continue to rise, and our team stays up to date with the latest technology and robotic solutions. Every step of your journey matters to us. And when life throws you a curveball, trust Blessing Health's orthopedics and sports medicine team to get you back in the game. We've got you covered from head to toe.
Start your day off the right way at Hardee's.
We have new items for our breakfast 2 for $5. You can get a biscuits and gravy, sausage egg, or cinnamon roll. Any two of those for $5. You can't beat a made-from-scratch biscuit here at Hardee's. Sausage egg, biscuits and gravy, or a cinnamon roll. 2 for $5.
Is there any place better for breakfast than Hardee's? Come see for yourself. Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
And welcome back to the Panther Den for the Hardee's post-game show. That's the 30th and Broadway Hardee's. Stop by, what was it, a $6.99 special, Coach, that
yes.
You were checking out the bag?
Yep.
Was
bad
it good?
Deal. Oh, yeah, very good.
Coach never met a meal he didn't like.
Yep.
I love it. Well, here's the way the night started off, and it was three-point barrage. First quarter, everybody had a three. In fact, the blue-collar three was the only one for the Devils, and 2 free throws by Longcore. On the other side, East Moline, 4 threes. We finished the first quarter. Devils up 14-12. Gets to the second quarter. A 6-point run by East Moline built up a 4-point lead for the Panthers. Devils would come back, and they were down 3, had the basketball. Keyshawn Thomas, top of the key, hits the 3, and we are tied 32-32. You start the third quarter off, and the Devils, 8 points, boom. Right now they're up 40-32. That did not bother the Panthers. They made a couple good runs, got on the free throw line. In fact, they hit 6 out of 7 free throws. The Devils only gave up a 3-pointer and 6 out of 7 free throws in that quarter. But they did lead 47-42. Opened up the fourth quarter with an 8-point run, and then pretty well a 6-point run later on. That built up a 67-48 lead, and they close it out 69-53, a victory by 16 points.
Definitely a better effort on the defensive end, especially the second half by the Blue Devils. And their defense fuels their offense, obviously. So when they're getting their fingertips on balls, stealing balls, or getting the defensive boards, which Keyshawn had another very good game on the glass. They get out and they run with the best of them.
Indeed. Let's take the box scores here. First of all, for the Blue Devils, unofficially, as I always say, because I'm scrambling to keep everything together. Once I check my math right after, I'm always right on. But 19 points out of Keyshawn Thomas, unofficially. He did pass Billy Gay with his first bucket of the night. He had a little more ways to go for the next guys, so we didn't mention that. 17 from Mark Louthan. Mark Louthan hit 5 threes, didn't miss a three-pointer. He was on fire. 17 from Louthan. BL3 had 16. He also moved up the line, passing Jeremiah Talton on the all-time list. 8 points from Dom Clay. Twisted the ankle a little bit, came back out, hit a 3, and hit a bucket. He looked pretty good. 5 points from Cameron Wires, who played almost from wire to wire. No pun intended. And 4 out of Rico Clay Jr. Coach almost put his headset down for that. In the ball game, but not scoring, Jarius Rice Jr. was in there. Jacob Salisbury was in. Also Trace Ruth in the ball game. And tracking down Avion Tate was there. And that rounds it out. By the way, 10 rebounds unofficially for Keyshawn. He just passed Michael Payne by 2. And so he is the new all-time rebound leader. Might see something tomorrow night if you come out there to the Quincy High Notre Dame game on that one. And that's all the teasing we'll give you on that. So, other side for East Moline now with a loss in the conference. 14 points, Tyler Horvath. He had 2 threes in the ball game, too. Really managed their team pretty well from the offensive point guard. Octavius Hickman, 10 points. 8 of those in the second quarter. After halftime, 1 bucket late in that ball game, and that was the one he basically spun on 3 moves on the way down. Nobody helped out. Josiah Massey, he had 8 points. 6 points from Connor Postelnik. That's the senior. Nice job there. 6 points also Max Kogan. 3 points out of Tucker Speckman. 2 points from Jordan Massey. And I don't think anybody else was in the ball game as I look up and down my list. Had a couple good names, and I'm glad they weren't too, because I was going to have to do some pronunciating there. So, and that's the wrap-up. 53, by the way, on the other side for East Moline. So, Coach, what do you think the keys to the game were tonight?
Well, like I say, the Blue Devils hang their hat on their defense. And, second half, I don't know what Coach said at halftime. They got out a little bit late, to get loose for the third quarter. So, second half defense was, like you're used to seeing the Blue Devils play. First half wasn't so much.
And with this, by the way, this is East Moline. They're 7-2 now and 3-1 in the conference. Their first conference loss, they had 1 loss coming into the game tonight. Rocky's the one that's still undefeated out there, and, of course, they beat Moline. We haven't heard any other scores out there, but we pretty well know what they are. Moline, Geneseo, Rock Island, East. Check that. Sterling Alleman, Geneseo, Rock Island, Moline, Galesburg. And, of course, we know what happened here at the Panther Den. Good stuff. Coach has got to be happy with the performance, especially second half. And he really got some good stuff out of everybody. We talk about you got to play as a complete team. We talked about Cameron Wires early in the season because you expect BL3 and Thomas and even Clay. Cameron's done a great job out of there. We talk about the bench that we need help. Louthan's had some great games inside. He's strong. But tonight was a real good offensive night on the perimeter for him. I mean, he hit 5 threes. But it was all because the Devils pushed it into the paint, drew in the guys, kicked it out. Louthan, like all of our shooters, were set in the right position, ready to go.
Well, and let's face it, when you've got the Blue Devils starting 5 that they have out there, you look at it, it's like, okay, you got to guard BL3. You got to guard Keyshawn. You got to guard Dom. You know what I mean? Wires, if you don't guard him, he's going to shoot it and make it. Louthan's the one that, you look and it's like, oh, my goodness, well, if we're going to give anybody a shot, we're going to give him a shot. And tonight he made East Moline pay for that. But, he's got a good shot, to where, once again, driving it, getting the paint touches, whether it's via drive, via pass, whatever the case might be, and kicking it out to him. He's stepping into those threes, and he looked very good tonight shooting the three.
Yeah, we've talked about the strength of our guys and how much they worked out in the offseason and really put the work in. We've talked about Keyshawn a few games ago not taking the three, and you heard Coach, I like him taking that three. I wish he would. And he opened up remember that one night I think it was Quincy High, he opened up the scoring for us. We couldn't get any scoring in that ball game, maybe Deerfield, and he hit that first three. Tonight he stepped out, and tonight he had 4 trays and the blue collar. You look at Louthan, he hit 5 of them. So right now you got 9. Jump up, Dom had 2. One more from, Dom had his 2. One more from Loncourt. So you're following that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got 13 and with a blue collar. So not a bad night from outside.
No, and once again, starts on the defensive end, pushing the ball, getting in the middle of the paint, kicking it out, because let's face it, you've got, 3 Blue Devils for sure that can create their own shot off of the dribble. And, with the other teams helping out on that, the big step out, they're going to get some good looks.
Also from the free throw line tonight, the Blue Devils were 11 for 14, so nice stuff there. In fact, Rico missed those 2 late. We'd only missed 1 way back in the second quarter. So a pretty good performance there as well. And, of course, defense is where it all starts, and that's what we're going to talk about with Coach. And, you stayed in the game with the D and the 3, which is, again, Coach would like a high percentage shot. If you're feeling it, there's going to be nights where you're feeling it, and it's good, and you roll with it. There's nights that you feel it, and they don't go in. Tonight was just one of those nights that was smooth, and the guys were fired up. And when Louthan's hitting out there, too, it was some fun stuff for the Blue Devils.
Oh, yeah. No ifs, ands,
and
or
now
buts.
Tomorrow night they go into, of course, it's a road game tonight. Raiders have a home game against Camp Point Central. Be a good ball game, though, so both have to work a little bit. And I'm sure we'll get our rest on the way home here. So that should be a good matchup tomorrow night, and it's always fun. It's a crosstown fun. There's been great matchups. There's been great games. Certain guys have come out and, starred in certain games. I remember Mr. Welding in the first game, he had a heck of a 32 maybe or something of that nature. Timmy Bearden's squad did well as well over there on the Devil side or the Raiders side. So it's always fun. They've got a good squad, and they're trying to find themselves. We saw them at Hannibal and Palmyra. They're still looking, and they're just tweaking things. So they're early in the season. I would imagine you face them now, and you face the Raiders late in the season, as many teams are going to find as we get closer to postseason. They're going to improve and be pretty darn good. So tomorrow will be interesting to see what we got for the game out there. Again, it's played at Blue Devil Gym, so give the advantage there to I know you got all choked up about that, Coach. I didn't, but the Devils get to play on their home court, so that's one advantage out there. It always seems like a bigger court, too. I know it's not. I believe it is 85 feet, but it always seemed closer to a college court, or at least look like a college court. Speaking of college, while we're in the post game here, the Rumble on the River is tomorrow, and we're going to make a venture out there. We were a little worried about getting to the Blue Devil game at night and the Raider game, but we're going to cover the Raiders at 12:30 and Lady Raiders, and we're going to come back for the Blue Devil girls at 3:30, and then you get out of our way on the way over there. So we're not going to worry about a roundabout or anything at 48th and State. We're going to make the fastest draw from there to Blue Devil Gym, and 3 in a day. How about that? Why not?
That's what we're here for.
There you go. Sorry
That's
about
the
that.
best basketball in Illinois.
Indeed. And, of course, Rumble on the River, they've been in there I think 17th year or something like that. I mean, it's amazing how that's just flown by. So we'll be waiting for the action there. Hey, let's pick our player of the game as Coach Douglas is on the far end, and he's not ready to come over yet. Coach, we got a couple people. And I tell you what, we might have to have multiples here tonight because there was a couple performances that were just exemplary. I'm going to throw the first one out there, and even though I'm going to pass the easy one, although maybe this is the easy one, Mark Louthan. Mark Louthan played great, hit 5 threes, had 17 points, was aggressive, rebounding, defense. He put a game together tonight.
Well, he kept us in the game the first half. You know what I mean? Hitting those big threes. Keyshawn hit the one at the end of the buzzer. But, he kept us in the game the first half.
Yep, and, of course, Keyshawn hit the 3 at the end of the half and the end of the third quarter and put him out from outside. You got to give Keyshawn a nod on that, too, with 19 points and 10 rebounds on the night that he passes Michael Payne. Would you not agree?
Yeah, let's go joint. You know, the big guys, you know, and usually you say the big guys banging on the boards underneath the basket. You know, tonight it was the big guys stepping outside hitting the threes.
And we love it, too. So Mark Louthan and Keyshawn Thomas, and also congratulations to Keyshawn unofficially as you pass Michael Payne up there. Now you should have 727 on there for those who are keeping out there. And, again, we mentioned those scoring passes as well as on the record book. But good job. And, you know, Cameron Wires is always under the wire. Here we go again. 5 points, great defense, runs the offense. So you love it when you have a game like this and not really have to, you know, talk about Cameron Wires. And BL3, he's BL3. I mean, 16 points. He does it, you know, every night you could probably call a bunch of our guys out here as the players of the game. But we like to shit around, and we always don't want to just pick the guy that scores the most points. You know, you want to take
contributions.
You got it, and that's the key to a team.
You know, the most valuable player, you know.
Hey, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll hear from Coach and the coach's comments on Cunis and MeccaSportsCo.com.
Bet you outdrive you this hole.
If you outdrive me, I'll take $10,000 off every car sold at Cunis Quincy this month.
Daddy needs a new ride.
Back here at the Panther Den, and joining us, Andy Douglas, as good ball game. First half, I tell you what, we talked about UT, and we knew from their scorers that they're sticking around. Hickman's a big guy inside. They had some guards that were, you know, Horvath out there, and, of course, Postelnik, who is the AD's son, the only senior out there, kept him in the game early, and, you know, we're tied at 32 at half.
Yeah, no, they came out with a lot of energy. Obviously, we knew that going in. I didn't think that, you know, we had great practices leading up to the game, so that wasn't a concern. But, you know, I thought we were a little too loose going into this game. And, you know, when you're playing a team like this on their home court, you know, you got to come locked and loaded. And we definitely did not there in the first half.
Well, in the first half, the first quarter, other than Bradley Loncourt's 2 free throws, everything was a three-pointer, including the blue-collar one by Keyshawn. And, you know, we've talked about it, not to beat a dead horse, but we want Keyshawn to take that shot. Yeah. He took it tonight. He opened it up one night for us. He was out there open at the end of the half and the third quarter, also hitting threes. And then Mark Louthan. What a night from Mark Louthan.
Mark was huge. He was huge. And we needed a game out of him like this, and he needed a game like this. He's done a lot of things really well. He's not that he's not played well. He's done his job really well. But, you know, to see him step up with some confidence and, you know, not think about it, just let the ball fly. That's what we need from him. I mean, this kid that worked his tail off. You know, we talk a lot about Brad and what he's done and Key and what he's done, but Mark has been right there with him the entire step of the way, and been really proud of him and his progression. But it was really neat to watch him go out there and knock some shots down.
Well, let's talk about the halftime speech because, you know, the Blue Devils came out a little bit late from the halftime speech, and you couldn't have been very happy with the defensive effort in the first half.
No.
Second half, you guys came out and clamped it down, and that in turn helped in the transition, you know, from the defense to the offense.
Right.
You know, shoot.
It was it was an aggressive one at times, but you know, we needed to wake up. You know, we're too good of a team to not be able to put 4 quarters together on the defensive end. And, you know, you saw the execution offensively, too, in the first half was poor. I mean, obviously they knocked down some threes, but a couple of them were tough ones. You talked about the blue-collar one with Key. That's a tough three to end the half. We'll take it, but that's a tough one. I thought we did a really good job there late in the third, fourth quarter third and fourth quarter of executing our offense, getting what we want, taking what the defense gave us, and you know those are easier shots when you can break defenses down. Those are a lot easier, and they did a really good job there.
And you know, we talked about paint touches.
Yeah.
You know, and it's whether you throw the ball in there and people think, yeah, you throw it in there, you get double team, kick it back out. But your paint touches were off the drive,
right?
And then the wide open kicks and stepping into those wide open threes.
Absolutely. Once you break the D down, you know, get them sucked in and they're in the paint. Brad does a really good job of that. obviously he's going to have all eyes on him at times, and he does a really good job of finding guys on the perimeter. Mark knocked down a couple, Dom knocked down some, Key knocked down some. I mean, everybody was clicking there when we were executing.
Well, when your two bigs hit 9 threes for the night, you're in good shape.
Absolutely.
And I think we finished with 13 on the night, too. Coach was calling a lot for the pick and roll. He wanted to see a Bradley Keyshawn pick and roll. We did late. Boy, a couple nice ones. Bradley had passes in, and even Cameron had a good pass, even though it was low. And Keyshawn said, no, it's my fault. That's my fault.
Yeah.
But by the way, Keyshawn, 10 rebounds, passes Michael Payne, good stuff.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, man. You look at the names that are up there on all of the, leaderboards that we have. I mean, it's the who's who, and for him to be up there, man, it's a special night, man. It's a special night, and to be able to coach a kid like that, I mean, it's a blessing. That God's put him in my life, and the rest of these guys as well. I mean, to be able to coach him, it's fun. You can get on him, you can joke, but they know, for the most part, other than the first half here, they know when to turn it on. For him to be able to take hold of that throne, with Michael Payne being up at the list there, has been really special to watch him.
Well, we talked about it too when he was a freshman. He made the comment, I'm going to be the best 42 that ever played, knowing that Michael wore 42. The only thing that would have been cooler is it would have been 2 years ago. It would have been 42 years since Payne had it, being number 42s. But, hey, we'll take it anyway. And he has showed, he's a man, and he's really done the work, and he's paid for it. And it was some good stuff to see that.
Yeah, it's been great watching him. I mean, I got a chance to watch him as a Little Devil kid coming up and watching him in junior high and just the growth that he's had. It's been pretty neat to be able to watch something like that.
Well, I tell you, it's not a school night, but it is a night where we got to go back in Christmas vacation, but we got to play that crosstown rival tomorrow. So let's let you get on the bus, and we'll talk in the pregame about Notre Dame tomorrow night. But congratulations tonight. Big win in the Western Big Six, closing out undefeated for the Christmas break, and that's cool stuff.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Safe travels.
All righty, and that's Andy Douglas. His comments, of course, brought to you by Kunis Auto Group, Faith Family, and Giving Back. And so, thank you, Coach. And we'll take a break. We'll come back to wrap up the Hardee's postgame show right here on MechaSportsCo.com.
Bet you outdrive you this hole.
If you outdrive me, I'll take $10,000 off every car sold at QHS Quincy this month.
Daddy needs a new ride.
And when you hear the blowers, you know it's time to get out of here. Yeah, there you go, Coach. You know what? We went back to the screen there real quick so we could show Coach. There's me as we're up here. You'd see both of us, but let's go back to the gym. It's a lot more fun. So you wrap it up, and we forgot to ask Coach about putting the stamp on this place, as he said before the game.
They're going to put stamps on a lot of places this year.
Indeed.
I mean, defense travels. Defense wins championships, and tonight they came out the second half. Now we're still waiting for that complete game, and hopefully that's the last game of the year, middle of March, in Champaign, I think it is this year. So
we can have champagne. We can have anything you want to drink, Coach. Oh, that's right. You're talking about being in Champaign,
yes,
which
that's it.
was a throwback to 1981. Fun night. We got to get in the car and head because we put a couple new games into our lineup tomorrow. So catch us if you can. But tonight from the Panther Den, it's the Blue Devils 69, the Panthers 53. Coach, your last comments.
I tell you what, a good solid win tonight on the road against a half, in the Western Big Six, because this team's going to beat, everybody else that's down below, and and they're going to give Rocky and Moline probably a run for their money.
Indeed. Well, thank you, Coach. We'll get out on the highway and get going with of course, for me, it's the QHS Mecha Sports Mobile, and we'll be ready for tomorrow's action. So glad you could join us here tonight for the Blue Devils victory here. The final here from the Panther Den, Quincy High 69, East Moline 53, and you've been listening and watching right here on MechaSportsCo.com. Good night, everyone.
Good things are happening at Hardee's, right, Brian?
Here at Hardee's, we have a new $6.99 original bag. And you get 2 sandwiches, a fry, and a drink. You have your choice for the sandwiches between a regular hot ham and cheese, regular roast beef, double cheeseburger, or one of our chicken tender wraps. So you can pick any 2 of those, get a hot fry and a cold drink for only $6.99 here at Hardee's on 30th and Broadway.
That's Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.